What's up, everybody? How you doing? I'm gonna make today's video a little bit quick, but I'm gonna be talking about GUNROX 2. Someone asked me what I thought about the future of GUNROX 2, how I think it's gonna go. I'm just gonna be going over that real quick. So I think the first thing, and I have a few little bullet points I'm gonna go over. The first thing I think about GUNROX 2 is that I think it's unnecessary. I think that GUNROX 1 already has built up a minimum base of a certain amount of players. And in addition to that, it has the fundamentals, I imagine, to be built upon and to be improved. So I kind of look at it like the type of game like a Minecraft, for instance, where you don't need to make Minecraft 2. You just need to improve, add some extra things, some new maps. I think the game needs new guns, first of all. I think a new gun class would be more exciting than a new map. Because a new map would be cool. I mean, a new map would be great. I think there should be a level 20 and maybe a level 25 map or something like that. Just something in between there. So every 5 levels or so, you have something to strive for. So maybe instead of, for instance, start goes from, well, now you can start out there. But you get Junkyard at 8, Mystic at 11, Memo at 15, Ice at 30. It could go Lost Beach at, or you still get beginner's quarters and Clover to start out with, and then you get Lost Beach at 5, you get Junkyard at 10, um, Mystic at 15. Well, I guess you could keep. Let me think. Maybe it could be every 4 levels on, because then you'd have, if you were to add 2 new maps, you could have it where maybe even Lost Beach at 4, then 4, 8, Mystic at 12, Memo at 16, a new map at 20, another new map at 28. Uh, 32 might be weird for Ice, but, that's just, thoughts off the top of my head. But just so that it would keep people continually playing because there's something new to unlock every few levels. So I think that'd be exciting for people in addition to a new gun class. Um, it's hard to really say anything about GUNROX 2 because there's nothing really to talk about. The only thing that, um, there's besides the main things that the player base has heard of is destructible terrain and things like that. So I think that that would be cool. But other than that, I don't really have too much to really talk about as far as just GUNROX 2. I think that it's very far in the making, but overall in the future, I'll be posting some gambling videos and things like that. I'd like to post some art battle 2-on-2s, and they can even be aborts also. So if you're interested in that, feel free to shoot me a message. Um, but I'll speak one more time on GUNROX 2 just before that, just since that is the topic of the video. I think overall, uh, I don't really believe that GUNROX 2 would be coming out in any amount of time that would keep the current base's interest. I personally don't believe GUNROX 2 would come out for about 5 to 10 years. And though I still may come on every now and then, play a game or two, I mean, in 5 to 10 years, I'll have other stuff going on in my life. My interest will have already dissipated because I've been playing GUNROX for at least 10 years at this point, and there hasn't been any changes since I've played besides the clan system. And the clan system screwed all the people who couldn't afford to, pay to win. And it wasn't totally pay to win, so I'm not going to say that it was a totally pay to win system, but it made it very difficult for someone who couldn't charge consistently to really stay competitive in the game. And there were a lot of players lost. There were a lot of good personalities, good people that made videos lost. And that's something that the game will probably never get back because once you lose some of those players, they're not coming back. So I think overall there shouldn't be a GUNROX 2. That doesn't make sense. It would split the player base between people who want to play GUNROX 1 and people want to play GUNROX 2. And then if you shut down the whole GUNROX 1 server, what if I don't like how GUNROX 2 plays? What if I don't like the destructible terrain or think that it ruins the game? Can I now no longer play regular GUNROX and now I'm just either basically forced to leave the game or play the new one? In which case, obviously, I just leave and play a different one. It doesn't get a ton of views, but I still play games like Apex and Rogue Company. I still have fun playing those, but I have the most fun playing GunRox, or I wouldn't still be posting these videos with so few players. I mean, we're at 62 players, and I post some as criticism, not to sit around and complain about the game, but I'd like constructive suggestions to be given by the community because just saying things like, oh, it sucks, oh, this is crap, that doesn't further anything. So, we just have to focus on solutions instead of complaining. Just focus on actions. Um, but overall, I think making a second GunRox would be a mistake. I think you just improve the first one with number one. Excuse me, kind of broke on there right now. Let's ignore that. But first, I think there needs to be either a new assault rifle or a new submachine gun. Grenades are grenades. Rocket launchers are rocket launchers. Same with heavy guns. Snipers, okay. But there could be a class where it's like combo weapons, where it's kind of like like maybe it could be a cross between an assault rifle and a submachine gun, or just any other different class. I know that it spans pretty broadly. There's a lot of different classes right now. I mean, you basically have all the major weapons covered, but uh, even if it's just some cartoon type thing that just adds a new class like power weapons, and it's like it's like these type of weapons where it's futuristic, but there's still, a zero skill, 20, 40, 60, so on. But just any new class of weapons. I'm not saying that would be, it can be hard to come up with those sorts of creations just out of the blue, but that would be really nice. Um, I've heard the option that people have talked about where you could play against bots, and then if you have no one to play or if you don't want to waste your items, you could have fun playing that way. I personally think that that would be a great suggestion because then, again, people who don't have arms would be able to play. But I understand that that would mean that a lot of people wouldn't be spending as much money anymore. And, everyone needs to make their little bit of money. I'm not going to, you know, everyone, charging. It's important to charge, I think. Well, it can be important to charge in a game like GunRox, since it mainly is a crowdsourced game. Players keep the game going. But to be very fair, the game does make thousands, at least $1,000 a week. So that's plenty money to get some new ideas going, to really work on the game and make sure that, it's the best possible. So those are my thoughts on GunRox 2. I'm going to be posting some more videos. I originally recorded a video yesterday, but there was something messed up with um, recording software. But new video coming soon. Thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well.